I pulled out 3 heifers in the middle of the ring. 3 heifers I really like from the completeness and balance from end to end. 3 lovely dairy heifers in their own right. A lot of style, a lot of straightness of lines, good set of feet, legs, and a lot of depth and openness of rib. I'm going to go out and select my junior champion, reserve junior champion, then honorable mention, and I'll come back and get my reasons. It's really quite easy for me today. This black heifer is just a lovely heifer. The silkiness, dairiness, high length from end to end, cleanliness, dairiness throughout, and also walks out on a really good set of feet legs. She's just a little cleaner, a little longer from end to end for her size. And this big heifer I have reserved. Heifer reserve, just really love the straightness of lines, the correctness of the run structure, and the width of the run structure. Just like to see her a little more strong on the pastures, and for all mentioning just a little summer calf, really nice heifer in her own right, to be able to compete with these next year. Congratulations.
There's your winner. Out of Class 6, your Grand Reserve, Exhibitor 102, Hayden Burrus, and your Grand Champion out of Class 5, Exhibitor 103, Jaxson Burrus. Give these young children, these young students a hand. For Junior Dairy Heifer Show, this fine year, 2018, Exhibitor 112, Kassie and Kelley. And your senior showmanship goes to Exhibitor 216, Katelyn, Kelley. You two will come back out in the arena. We have a trophy for you. And your overall showman, Junior Dairy Heifer, Exhibitor 112, Kassie and Kelley. Put your hands together for these fine ladies' showmanship award. You preparing to steer for the grand drive.
just commend these kids on a great job today. You know, I admit I'm a little rusty. I haven't judged the show in a long time. Seemed like Job and kids and other priorities have kept me out of it for a while, but I'm happy to be here. I'm super impressed with the quality, and if you're not standing out here, if you showed earlier today and you're in the back, just remember today was my opinion. As these cattle mature, as they change, as they see different guys down the road, doesn't mean the outcome won't be different. So I want to commend everybody in this barn on a job well done. You know, I knew the cattle show would be high quality today. I can remember my wife now, she was my girlfriend then, judged Showmanship, I think back in 2002, 2003, and I came with her, and the quality was good back then. At the same time, my father-in-law, when y'all used to have a sale out here at the vet clinic, he used to come sort those cattle for that sale, and I was highly impressed back then at the quality of livestock that y'all raised in this county. So hats off to Bailey County. Good stock show. Let's go pick us a grand champion. As we bring our reserve in, I think our decision gets a little tighter. I think that all three of these calves are good in their own right. That American, to make one that tall fronted, that extended, with that kind of look for that breed, I think that one will look good down the road. This Shorthorn, I think in the lightweight deal, either red and white cross or Shorthorn, that thing's going to hold his own for sure. But when it comes down to reserve, the black one hits me hardest today. He's going to be reserved.
That's your champions. Reserve Grand Champion goes to Exhibitor 215. Haleigh Hunt, and your Grand Champion goes to Exhibitor 215. Haleigh Hunt. exhibitors into the ring at this time. Junior 115 exhibitor Kennedy Ramage, and Junior exhibitor 116 Maci Joe Stearmer. Senior exhibitors Showmanship 209 Keeley Dunham and 215 Haleigh Hahn. You guys can come into the arena at this time. We'll pick a showman. Before we pick a winner, give these young exhibitors a hand. The junior showman overall, exhibitor 116, Maci Joe Stearmer. Senior showman goes to exhibitor 215, Haleigh Hahn. For your overall showman goes to exhibitor 215, Haleigh Hahn. Exhibitors at this time prepare for the Grand Champion Drive.
champions back then. I know our first three breeds were single entries, but they represented those breeds very well. I think if we added to the lineup in those particular divisions. I think these three would hold their own in those particular divisions. As we said in the black, really complete one. Talk about one with maybe show ring presence. Really smooth, really stout, and a lot to that thing. That one's going to be your champion. Reserve blackout, I think it gets a little tighter in our reserve champion. To be honest, I'm kind of torn between the fine wool and the reserve black, but when you study overall product, study handle, and study one from the side, I think your reserve black is going to be your reserve brand.
Reserve and Grand Lamb Grand Champion and Reserve Grand Champion come out of Class 6. Grand Reserve, Exhibitor 110, Payton Hart. And your champion, Exhibitor 208, Kaitlynn Hart. Exhibitors back out into the arena. Exhibitor 110, Payton Hart. Exhibitor 108, Keenan Gardner. Senior division, we need 208, Kaitlynn Hart, and 211, Doc Gardner. You come out to the arena this time for Showmanship. Showmanship for the Lamb Show, we have the Junior Showman, Exhibitor 110, Payton Hart. And your Senior Showman, Exhibitor 208, Kaitlynn Hart. And your overall Showmanship, Exhibitor 208, Kaitlynn Hart. Classes. We need first place in class 1, 2, 3. Exhibitor 104, cord coker. Exhibitor 201, Cassidy cage, twice. Quick announcement, if we have any show moms that have not signed up to work the concession stand, we can sure use your help during lunchtime. We'll fix a break for lunch in just a few minutes. You can make your way to the concession stand and give us a hand. Sure appreciate it.
Let's give all these goat exhibitors a big round of applause. Well, as we bring all our first and seconds out, we'll talk them individually real quick, and then we'll pick us a grand and reserve. This lightweight that was first in the lightweight class, really long and extended. When you handle him, you actually surprises you. He handles with more shape and muscle than the eye perceives. If we could just redesign his skeleton a little bit, maybe pick him up right there behind his forearm, maybe level that hip out, I think he would blend a lot better. We could also tighten things high just a little bit. I think he would smooth out and look a lot more attractive, but a nice lightweight goat. When we talk about our middleweight, one that just basically runs uphill, I love his body shape. I love his handle. He's real square built, particularly over the heavyweight. I think he handles maybe a little better right there on his loin edge. When we talk about the heavyweight one that's packing quite a bit of muscle, I would just like to maybe tuck his chest up just a little bit, level his hip out, and fix that loin edge. But a nice set of first place goats. Let's pick us a grand. as we study our second place medal when we bring her in the lineup. I really like that goat's design. She's got a little slope to her hip, but when the young lady gets her stuck, she levels out, looks the part. But when it comes to pick and reserve, I think the one that has the most total product, the most good about him, is going to be this young man's heavyweight.
Junior Goat Show Reserve Grand Champion, Exhibitor 201, Cassidy Cage. Shown by Exhibitor 222, Coleman, Preston, and your Grand Champion, Goat. Exhibitor 201, Cassidy Cage, clean sweep. For Showmanship, Junior Showmanship, 105, Kinley Coker, 118, McKenzie Thomason. Senior Showmanship, 201, Cassidy Cage, 225, Jose Quintana. Please back in the arena at this time. Berkshire, Jacob Kettner. Out of Class 3, Black OPB, 218, Jacob Kettner. Out of Class 4, Exhibitor 202, Noah DeLeon. Out of Class 6, Exhibitor 207, Matthew DeLeon, Hampshire. Out of Class 7, White OPB, 212, Clayton Nichols. Out of Class 8, Yorkshire, 203, Exhibitor Liam Arnold. Class 11, Bree Cross. We need 217, Haleigh Kennemer. Breed Champion Berkshire, Exhibitor 218, Jacob Kettner. Black OPB, Exhibitor 218, Jacob Kettner. Exhibitor 202, Duroc, Noah DeLeon. Out of Class 6, Hampshire, exhibitor 207, Matthew DeLeon. Out of Class 7, White OPB, exhibitor 212, Clayton Nichols. Out of Class 8, exhibitor 203, Leo Arnold. Class 11, exhibitor 217, Haleigh Kennemer. Here's your grand drive fix show.
You had your face way too close to that cow's face.
No, I was looking at. Oh, she was kind of holding her like you do for the dairy cows. And Sparky leaves. And then I was sitting on the ground. And Sparky headbutts her. Yeah, that's how you know. And she had his headbutt my butt, and I fell. And he that bitch.
Reserve breed, please bring your hogs to the holding area. Berkshire, Jacob DeLeon, Black OPB, Riley Kettner. Duroc, Noah DeLeon. Hampshire, Matthew DeLeon, White OPB, Mackenzie Thomas. York, Ian Hasley, and Cross, Coleman, Preston. Please bring your hogs to the holding area.
Good to see you, buddy. We, you know where I live. We go by her. I'll give it to you. Good time. I gotta go somewhere. You're out. You got
The very back of his head. The very back of his head. How far did it?
We got first in this class. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him standing there.
So he held on.
No, but that didn't work. Hold on.
Well, as we bring out our breed champions, I want to thank Bailey County for having me out today. Let me spend time with your kids. It's usually a cliche speech, and everybody gives it, but I want y'all to know that, I want you exhibitors to know that you're in the best program you can be involved in. I don't know any other organization or place you could go and talk to as many kids as I have today and get nothing but respect, nothing but yes or no sir, nothing but handshakes and smiles. And I want you to know that you are in the right organization, and we are depending on you in the future because you're going to be the leaders of our country. At this time, I'd like to give all the exhibitors that exhibited today a big round of applause. You know, I grew up doing this, and I had a choice to make when me and my wife started having kids, and we had a big sit down, and we decided this is the way we wanted to raise our kids. My daughter's just now starting out, but we've invested a lot into this business, and I want you to know, I want you kids to know that I'm now starting to see both sides of the fence, and you should put your hands together for your supporters, your parents, your county agents, your ag teachers, and everybody that's involved in your success. as we bring these breeds out, we didn't have a whole lot to sort through today, and it's hard to stick to a type and kind at a county show. But one thing I always learned is you start from the ground up. I think we've got some bears and gilts in here that are good on their feet and legs. I think we've got some that are square built, have some muscle and some balance to them. And I'll go out and select your grand, and then we'll bring the other ones in for reserve.
Class 11, exhibitor 217, Haleigh Kennemer. Exhibitor 222, Coleman Preston in the arena. Before we end today, I'd like to thank all the people that put this show on, all the ring help we've had today. If we can get a big round of applause for them. Like I said, we started showing this year, and I think they've put me on every organization, every board that our county stock show has. And I had no idea until I got involved how much work and how much behind the scenes work goes into putting one of these things on. When you include your sale committees, when you include your getting your facilities ready, and finding help. So thank you to Bailey County for hosting me. I appreciate you, all your help, and hope to see you again next year. We'll go select our reserve. And your reserve champion comes on to Class 3, Black OBB, exhibitor 218, Jacob Kettner. correct that, our champion Bert, Jacob Kettner. We need these people back in the arena for showmanship. Exhibitor 114, Kettner. In 101, Ethan Whitworth. 222, Coleman Preston. 209, Keeley Dunham. Please, back into the arena for showmanship in the big show. Direct your attention to the arena. Junior showmanship in the big show goes to exhibitor 114, Kettner. Showmanship in the senior show goes to 222, Coleman Preston. And your overall showman goes to 222, Coleman Preston. You'll just keep your feet nice and warm. Stand up, shake it out, but have a seat. We're going to have a Pee-wee show immediately following. Give us about 5 minutes.
This year as the showmanship judge. I was here along with 2 other young ladies last year. We had a great time, so I feel very blessed and very honored to have the privilege to come back again. That being said, I know that you guys have a small show, but man, the quality you guys bring is pretty impressive, and so it's been really fun for me to sit in the stands today and watch these 5 different shows go on. And I just want to congratulate you guys as exhibitors, parents, supporters, ag teachers, extension agents on putting on a really good show. So give your guys yourselves a hand real fast. That being said, this overall deal, I think that it's really, really important. Most of you guys, if you remember from last year, I come from out of state, and showmanship carries a little bit more importance in my state than I think it does here in Texas as a whole. But your guys' county really values showmanship, and it's easy to see why. Showmanship, I think you guys, as a whole county, do really well in. And I think that it shows in the show ring when you guys can take an animal and show it up. And when you guys have an animal that has the potential that we don't always bring out, and that animal starts working its way down. So showmanship can become really, really important, especially when you guys get older. Some of you younger exhibitors get older and try taking animals to the majors. You have 15 seconds, maybe 30 seconds if you're lucky, to make an impression. You better be on point when that judge is looking at you, right? So, showmanship becomes really important, and I really enjoy the fact that this county values it so much. That being said, we're going to be showing the 3 species today in the overall. We're going to be showing beef, sheep, and swine. Is that correct? Yeah? Okay, sweet. That being said, I did take a couple notes on some things that I didn't want to forget to mention to you guys in different species that I think as a whole we can work on. Because I think showmanship is all about improving. You're never going to be perfect. always get better, but I think when it comes down to the basics, your job as exhibitors is to go out in that show ring and present your animals to the very best of that animal's ability. How can you maximize that animal's potential? That's what raising livestock is about. That's what showing livestock is about. How can you maximize on that potential? And then for us as ag teachers and extension agents, how can we maximize y'all's potential as exhibitors? How can we help you guys become better and better every year? So we'll start with the species that started off the show today, the dairy breed. Guys, I'm very traditionalistic when it comes to dairy showmanship. I come from a dairy state. I've grown up around dairy cattle. Dairy cattle was never anything that I raised any projects in, but several of my friends did it. I helped them show on some show teams with some dairy cattle. Loved it. Dairy's one of my favorite breeds to show. That being said, I think there's some things that we need to keep in mind here in the show ring in dairy, because Texas is becoming a little bit of a dairy state. That being said, guys, make sure we're working at home so that your animals know how to move slow and steady. When they're taking slow and stuttered steps, it doesn't give them that grace and elegance that they're supposed to have when they walk through a show ring. So make sure you're working with them at home so that they know the pace you're trying to set. That being said, guys, you guys did a great job in terms of presentation and preparing those heifers. Those heifers looked great today. I can't commend the quality of those enough and the way you guys had them fitted. It looked really, really good. But when you guys get in the show ring, how you handle those cattle was really important. I thought it was really impressive that some of the smaller kids in the group were showing some of the bigger females. Make sure we can handle those females appropriately though, keeping those heads as high as possible and not setting the feet with our feet. You shouldn't be stepping on the cows. Okay? Those cattle should be worked well enough to where they know how to set up and that you are switching those feet depending on the judge's position. That's very important. If you guys ever go to a show where you can bring your cows and not just heifers, know the change of those feet as well. Okay? If you have a heifer, you should be pulling the foot furthest away from the judge floor to show off what little bit of mammary system they have. If you have a cow, you should be pulling the foot closest to the judge floor to show off the rear suspensory ligament. Be aware of that. Also, try not to touch the cow and heifer, especially past the shoulder. Okay? Most of your control should come up by the head. That shows that you work that animal at home enough where you don't have to be touching it too much, okay? I understand on smaller heifers, sometimes pinching that back point, but that's something you want to try to stay away from. So overall, guys, really great job on the dairy end of things, but that's just some things to work on for next year. Beef, guys, excellent job. I think that beef was a really strong species here this year in quality and in showmanship. You guys did not make my job easy at all. I want to give a little bit of a shout out to exhibitor number 217. She's not going to be competing in the overall today, but excellent job on eye contact, showing awareness of the ring. I think some experience is going to help your style and your technique quite a bit. But really good job to her. One thing I would like to say, a big thing in beef cattle, walking them into place. Their natural pose is going to look the best, guys. So when you're coming to a stop, walk them into a stop. Okay, several of the showmen who were in the top in my mind, that's what they did because those cattle look better when they're allowed to be natural. All right, sheep. Guys, sheep from a safety standpoint, making sure we're working them at home on bracing and we have control of those animals. I know sometimes we get some hungry ones, guys, but make sure we're working them enough at home that we're safe here in the show ring. Precision on your footwork is very important. Make sure they're square, both the front feet and the back feet. It affects how they look when they start driving into you, okay? And make sure that we're not overstretched or understretched on those lambs either. Goats, I thought you guys did an excellent job on goats. Just make sure that they know how to walk and to get stuck consistently every time. That comes with practice. Also, don't be grabbing the horns and trying to use the horns to position your animal or to brace them. I think that looks unprofessional. I think you should have been working that animal enough to where you're not having to control them by the horns. What is effective is not always what looks good or what is professional in the show ring, okay? So I know that sometimes grabbing those horns is effective when you're at home in the barn. That's not something you need to do out here. right, guys, this is the last one. I'm wrapping up my group routine here, but I hope these pigs are about ready to go real fast. So on the pigs, I thought you guys did a really good job. One thing I would like to say though, don't block the judge's view when you're showing. One thing we like to say back home is it's called a ham sandwich. You and the judge are a slice of bread, the pig's the ham, right? So keep it between you and the judge at all times. Don't be getting in front of the judge's view of that animal if at all possible. Also be aware of the distance between you and the judge. And then so you need to have a pretty respectable distance from the pig to the judge. But on the same token, you don't want to be too far removed from your animal as well, okay? You need to be right up next to your animal, gives you more control. In terms of using your hands and your knees on your pig, you should never use your knees on your pig, ever, ever, ever. Also on your hands, it's okay to use it. Just be really careful, be conservative with that as well. I would like to commend everybody in the pig barn. Great job not overworking hogs. We didn't have any hog stress. I didn't think anyone got overly aggressive with a whip. So really great job, you guys. I think that as a whole, this whole barn did the industry really proud today. So give you guys yourselves one more round of applause before we bring the pigs up to the overall showmanship.
Okay, y'all get ready. From the dairy show, Kassie and Kelley. From the beef show, Haleigh Hunt. Sheep, Katelyn Hart. Goats, Cassidy and Cage. And the pig show, Coleman Preston. Get a pig and head this way. We're ready for you. Next we'll be showing some sheep. Parents can be getting a lamb ready while these kids are showing their pigs.
Why? So you're gonna have
out here, they're working their tails off. Man, I tell you guys what, I grew up showing lambs, and I used to talk about how hard it was, but I forgot how hard it was. So I walked down that line and held every single lamb. They started bracing on you. My leg's a little sore, man. Whew. So good job, guys. Way to work hard out here. That being said, I'm going to go down and same thing we did in the pigs. We'll do it one more time in the beef. I'm going to critique each one of you, but I'm not going to tell you who did the best, okay? We're going to save that for later. Young lady right here came out of the sheep division. You're very comfortable out here. It shows. One thing, I think all of you guys were thrown for a little bit of a loop when I stood over here, right? How are we supposed to walk in now, right? That's why I did that, okay? That's something that I think definitely, when you're caught off guard, how do you keep your composure? That's something that we look for. Don't get flustered when something unexpected happens, okay? Your lamb jumped on you earlier, handled that very well. That being said, crank his head back, he'll go back down, okay? That's where you have the most control over your lamb, it's right there at the head. That's with any animal, that's where you have the most control, so that's where you control him. Give him something good to brace into, which you do an excellent job of, that's why your lambs push so good. But when they jump up, push their head back down, okay? All right, good job there. The lady right here does a really good job. You knew exactly what to do when you first came in. Great composure, way to stay on top of your game there. Make sure your lamb's not getting away from you when you're just standing there, making sure it's set up all the time the way it needs to be. Do a really good job though in terms of just cool, calm, collected throughout, no matter what paces I put you guys through, okay? Big man right here does an excellent job. Lucky for him, he got one of the taller sheep in the drive, so that helps him out a little bit. On this, I almost made you two switch, but I decided to be nice on this round, okay? That being said, I think that you do a good job at just a good basic show lead. If you try not to make a lot of mistakes, I think you do a good job of that. Don't take the easy way out in terms of getting, in terms of blocking my view. You didn't block my view for very long, but in getting that lamb turned around. Also, we transition. We don't do it behind the back when we're first coming in. Okay, that's how we lose a lamb. All right, you're gonna step in front, move your hands. That's how you transition. Okay. That being said, I think you still do a really good job in terms of not making a lot of mistakes, very fault-free. Nice job. Young lady here, you do a good job. I think we struggled a little bit on the questions, but I'm asking more mature questions for this challenging stage in the game. So I still think you handled it well. I tried not to get too flustered. You did a really good job with that. Really good job on transitions. I think you probably handled coming in the gate the best. Smooth transition. When you first came in, when you had to switch as you're coming around the circle, did a great job there, very smooth. Nice job on switching sides with that lamb, okay? The lady here had a lamb almost get away from her. Didn't help when it wasn't moving at first. We got it up and going, then it didn't want to stop, right? Oh man, really good job though, bringing it back in, pulling it back in. You're doing a good job keeping that lamb braced and switching sides. Once you are comfortable on the drive though, is what's going to help you a lot. Cradling that jaw with this outside hand. You have to come up underneath, grab that ear. There we go. Yep, there you go. Now that's pulling that ear up too, making them look more alert, makes you look more alert as well, okay? Great job with these sheep, gentlemen. Give them a round of applause.
Okay, return your lambs to the pens and grab a calf.
don't know yet. I could have went to see the schools. but I'm pretty sure I have 5. But Jim had to be the good one about talking about that.
Alrighty guys, congratulate these guys on their very last round of overall showmanship. I know we're taking a little bit of extra time out here, and I think that's what this is all about, though I know the animals are tired and the kids are tired, and a lot of you guys have had long days. I'm sure most of you guys were up well before the sun today, and so I know it makes for a long day, but it's well worth it, guys. The work we put in, it all comes to a close here today, and for those of you who are going on to major stock shows and other shows after this, the work's just getting started hard and heavy. Okay, so I want to congratulate you guys for being out here and making it out to overall showmanship. I just want to commend you guys as showmen and exhibitors for working hard all year so far, and hope that you guys continue to put in the same amount of effort and even more that you've learned from this experience here today. That being said, I think that everyone out here has done a really good job. Here we are with the big boys out here. You guys are doing a good job, not getting bullied by these steers too much, although this one is trying to give us a hard time out here today. I think everyone's handled it really well. Young lady over here, I know we had to switch steers from the get-go. I think you've done a good job switching from an animal that you're literally manhandling to one you have by a halter here. And I think you've done a really good job staying calm and poised and having a quiet intensity that I really like in the show ring. That being said, we got to make sure our feet are where they need to be at all times. In cattle, the one closest to you is to be pulled forward slightly so that they look like they're naturally offset, okay? Do a really good job. I know this steer sometimes doesn't cooperate where he wants his feet set, but you still are working on it, and I appreciate that. Young lady right here, you're not where you started here today. I know we have you on a different color, but that's okay. I think you're doing a really good job here. This steer has progressively given us some more fits as we've gone on. Not because he's ornery or anything, he's just tired. You can tell he's holding his head down, trying not to fall asleep on you, okay? You've done a really good job staying after it, keeping your composure. I thought for a second you were gonna get mad when he wasn't moving there, but you kept it together, you worked at it, dealt with a difficult steer, got him set up when he wasn't moving, so I appreciate you staying after it without drawing too much attention or agitation to yourself. That's a fine line, okay? At some point we just need to say that's good enough. I think you've done that, and at some point we also need to say, can we push the steer a little harder? I think you've done that as well. So good job. Find that line between precision and good enough, okay? All right, young lady over here has done a good job. Once again, just a quiet, really easy showman to watch and like in terms of the way she uses the ring. Very calm and collected. I think she does a good job being out of her depth here in terms of age and maturity and experience level, and still works really hard and does a good job trying to make sure those animals are at ease and that she's doing a good job of showing them, presenting them the best of her ability. Good job to her. Young man right here, we haven't worked as hard on this one as we have on the other ones, and that's okay. I think that you're doing a good job with this calf here. You know what he's good at, you know what he's not so good at. And I think he's doing a good job of presenting him to where he's not overstretched. I think he wants to get a little bit higher in that flank. So when you have calves like that and you start to overstretch him, it really accentuates that, okay? So I think you're really aware of that and trying not to get him overstretched, and I appreciate that, especially. Young lady over here, once again, we switched you. We had you on the harder steer at first, and I think this has definitely helped you out a little bit. One thing though, guys, whenever you switch animals, remember, you're the best showman out here, okay? You as an individual are the best showman out here. So what the person before you did is never good enough. Reset that animal, okay? All right, that's something that you guys need to remember whenever you switch animals. That person didn't quite do a good enough job. Even if that animal looks as perfect as it's looked all day, readjust it, because you are a better showman, right? Right. Okay, guys, give these exhibitors one more round of applause. They've done an excellent job and put up with me today. I thank you guys for letting me monopolize the microphone a little bit. Congrats to the showman one more time. Hey guys, I'm back again. I didn't realize I was going to be back so soon. Guys, these exhibitors did a really good job. Like I said, I just really appreciate you guys letting me come out here and work with your kiddos. It's one of those things that I really enjoy. I plan on being an ag teacher when I grow up someday, and so it's really exciting for me to get to pursue my passion out here in the show ring, even after I was too old to have a project or hold a whip or anything like that. So I really enjoy getting to see it on the other side of things and getting to judge, and it's one of those things that I just feel really privileged and blessed to get to do. That being said, I hope you guys feel privileged to be out in this ring. If you look at all the exhibitors and the animals out here, only a handful, only 5, literally a handful made it out here, okay? So I hope that you guys understand what comes with this and hold it with a certain reverence. That being said, we have 3 seniors out here, and I hope you guys have some really good plans come May when we all graduate. God willing, we all pass our classes, right? So that being said, I'll stop suspending this any longer, guys. You guys all did an admirable job and worked really hard. You guys don't make my decision easy, okay? But it comes down to the numbers. Your grand champion, overall showman, is going to be Coleman Preston. All-Star Social announcement, the official buckle and award is going to be actually given out and awarded at the sale tomorrow. So make sure you guys are there to see the presentation.
I placed your class today. I started off with a young man's little rabbit in pink. These are very young rabbits. But today, this little rabbit shows a little more depth in his body. And when you get your hands on him, you get down on his loin, which is over his hip. He's filled out, which in a meat rabbit, that's what you're looking for. You're actually looking for meat production. Of course, these rabbits are still a ways from actually being ready to butcher, but my next place is your little, I think it's like New Zealand. That's what it looks like. Again, these two little rabbits are very similar, but when you get your hands on them, the little rabbit in third lost to the rabbit in second due to the He just does not have the amount of conditioning in his loin area. Other than that, nice little bunch of rabbits. Thank you. You don't have to rib one anymore. But he won't stretch out or stretch out. So you just kind of want it to be in a nice little ball. But you don't want it to cramp. Kind of like that one sitting up for you. Not one. You just set them up. You don't want to push them like that, okay? Because what you want their front feet to be flat, then you want their back feet to basically come close to the elbow, but not, you don't want to squash them too far. You're not helping their shove quality. So what we're looking for is in you want that nice, pretty round shape, okay? And yes, you get that when you do that. But when you do that, this peak should not be before their hips, okay? So you actually want them, even though they may not be that perfect round, but you don't want their body to peak too early, okay? Set up. I'm going to show you your trick, okay? Roll it and roll it. Just get it to push like that. Yeah, I said that. Okay, you see my trick? Can you do that? Just grab him. Not gonna hurt him. Okay. Rolling, rolling. See how he doesn't want to fight you anymore? It's like, oh, okay, I don't want to read. Good birthday, beautiful. I'll talk to y'all a little bit about the class. Beautiful class of rabbits. Of course, they're all 5 to 6 pounds. Their finished point is going to be around 8 to 10 pounds. So they're young. So we are looking at body condition and quality right now. You're going to lead off our class. Well, the rabbit's in good shape. Really thick one across the back of the loin. When you actually set him up like he's supposed to be instead of squinching him. Yeah, he starts right here at the point of the shoulders and starts to ramp. Okay? Do that in a second. Rabbit's a little smaller than him, but behind in this condition. But he still has that point where he ramps. You're going to be in third. Rabbit's a little bit thinner. Just not filled out. You feel this morning, and you feel this morning. You can feel where he's not quite filled out. You're going to be in fourth. I'm going to set him up. I'm talking about that nice round body. Okay? He used to go from here to here. He's coming flat. He doesn't start to round at his body. Something like that. So that means he's long in the shoulders. This part, he will not fill out. Something around. That's what you don't want to walk. Okay? Still think coming in again, they do have a nice bunch of rabbits. I'm going to start out the class with the red. The bunny has a nice, he's thick in his body, and he's got thick hide in his body and everything. His, when you feel across his back, his loin is filled out. Today, he's where he should be. Next in the class is going to be right here. This little rabbit is a little behind than our first place. But again, he is filled out in his loin area. I did commend all four of these young men. These rabbits have beautiful fur. Everybody's in good fur. You've noticed me checking their teeth. If the rabbit doesn't have good teeth, they're not able to eat, and they will not gain and go on into a market program. Next in class is this little rabbit, young man in pink. Him and our second place rabbit are very close in body size when you look at them. But when you get your hands on that rabbit, he has not filled out in his loin area like the second place. I explained to the young man in fourth, this little rabbit, when you look at him set up, from here to here is flat. He's long in his shoulders. That does not fill out with meat production. So we're losing that in his body conformation. Also showed the young man a little bit. You notice when I grabbed the rabbits and I rolled them, all of these rabbits are young. They don't want us to mess with them. And they were rolling over so they wouldn't sit up for us. So I gave them the opportunity to roll. Here, roll here, roll here, roll here. Then they wanted us to leave them alone and they sit up for us. Just a little show technique I've learned. I did go jog each of the rabbits with these young men, so I hope I've given them a little bit idea of what to look for when they go to practice rabbits next year. Did y'all hear which ones were which? Okay. Therefore, he's got a little more body shape, body condition to him. California's going to be there, just needs some time, age, and time to grow up. both pretty close. Looks like in age, size, and body. When you get your hands on them today, I'm gonna have to go with their Californian. He just is a little bit thicker in his loin area. The young man can't get him to set up right for us, so we're just gonna have to make him. But all in all, this little rabbit's gonna grow out and be a nice little rabbit. I do appreciate y'all having me here today. I usually stay around for questions. I cannot do that today. I have got to go. My daughter's competing. I welcome everybody to come with us. My daughter's competing for the ABC Rodeo Princess in Lubbock, Rodeo Queen in Lubbock, and we are leaving for Lubbock tonight to get ready. So I invite everybody to come out and watch her, and if you have questions, catch me there. Okay, this is your...